All right, then since we successfully completed the for project and everything is done so far. So all right, then since we successfully completed the project, now what we need to do is we need to convert this GUI into an executable file. So, but it will throw us an error. So that's an issue. What is an issue is when we are converting an application, so it will throw us an issue like it couldn't load the config.py and it couldn't load the service account.py. We will get that error exactly. So what we need to do is we need to change the way of accessing the config.py and the service accounts.key. So what we need to do is we need to keep this both of the config.py and service account.json in a separate folder. Okay, so let me show you what error we will get. So let's use the py installer to generate the application. So py installer. Okay, so now I need to name my file --name is equals to do. Okay, that's the name of my file, and I need to convert it into one file, that is the exe file. So --one file. Then I need to add the data --add data equals double quotes templates. I need to add the templates folder in the name of templates itself. Templates, make sure the spelling is everything is perfect. Templates, and add data equals static static. So now both of the folders are get added, and then we need to compile our app.py, and we don't need to get that console. So no console. Okay, so that will remove the console, otherwise some backend console will keep on running on it. So now py installer name to do one file, and we need to add the paths. We missed one path, so we need to add a path to so paths. We need to give the paths of our site packages. So inside the environment variable, you can see the library. Inside the library I have the Python, and inside the Python folder I have the site packages. So you need to give the site packages location of your folder. So paths equals, I need to, it's better I can copy this, copy the path, and I can paste it over here. Oh my god, so I can delete this from here. Just you need to give env/library/python 3.10 site packages. If you're using a Windows, you need to, if you go to the encrypt env file, you can find the capital L library file, lib capital L. Inside the library you have the site packages. If you're using Mac, you need to go to env lib python 3.10 site packages. And this is platform independent. If you're exporting this application from Mac, it will runs only in the Mac. If you're exporting the application from the exe, that means Windows, it will execute only in the Windows. Okay, now let me run this. So that will start generating it, and you can see that it's ready. It's generated the spec file, and it start building the build and the dist directory. Inside the dist directory we do have the applications, so it's successful, and you can see that we have that application over there. So let me go there, go to my folder, and where is it, to do list dist folder, and here we go, that exe file, and this is that exe file. So let me start this command line. So it's opening that command line because I'm running through command line, so it's opening it, and it will throw us an error that the car couldn't load the config and it couldn't load that service account.js. Let's show you, and look at that, it's showing that it can't load that config.py file because config.py file is in the root directory. We didn't add that file because we can't add that file from directly over there. So it's an easy way to do that. What we can do is just create a new folder in the root directory called config, and bring your py file into that config.py file, move it to there, and move your service account to that config folder. And now in the app.py, instead of loading this in this way, delete it. We don't need it over there. Delete it. And instead of loading in this way, I can copy this file relative path, copy the file, copy the relative path, and then give that relative path over here. Paste it. Okay, so now the config folder inside the config file will be loaded, and it will extract the base directory location so that the config folder will access the service account.js. Okay, so now the config folder will be added. Now what I need to do is I need to add this config folder also into my application. So to do that, I'm just going to add one more path over here, that is --add data equals, that's my folder name, that is going to be config config, close the bracket. So press enter, and that will start rebuilding it. So in some point of time it will ask you to, do you want to overwrite it or not, or something else. It will ask something. If it is asking, so here it's showing aborted. Okay, so I didn't press anything, but it's showing aborted. It asks you yes or no. To ignore this, what you can do is you can run the command called --, no confirm. Okay, so that will not ask you again the same confirmation. So rebuild it again. Now it's showing successfully compiled. So go to the spec folder, and inside that you can able to see all the folders which you added, the data folders which you added. It's successfully added. Now let me go to the to-do list over here. Let me open the command line again, make sure that it doesn't throws any error. So it's loading. In case if there is no error, it doesn't throws any error. Okay, look at that, there is no error, so application is started running. Okay, so instead of instead of running this exe, the file which I have here, instead of running that, I triggered this command line. That's the reason it's showing the command line for me. Otherwise it will not show that command line. So let me close this, terminate it, and close it. And now if I run this from there, it will take a few seconds to load, but it will definitely get loaded. So let me wait until it's get loaded. So yeah, here we go. So now it's not opening my console, and our application is up and running fine. The UI is up and running fine. Let me check something over here. Generated GUI. Click add, and look at that, it's added. If I want to delete it, click that, so that will get deleted. Cool, right? So we successfully generated our GUI into an executable file. And please make sure this will work only in the Mac, because we generated only for the Mac. So if you're exporting the GUI from the Windows, it will work perfectly in the Windows. So we made a few changes, nothing but we just put our config and service account in the config folder, and we added it in this command. If we expand it, you can see that command over here, and this is the command we use to export our file. I'll leave the command in the description below, so that you can copy it and you can paste it. And please make sure this path give this exact location of your site packages. If you're using Windows, this L will be a capital, and you don't have the folder called Python 3.10. If you're using Mac, you should give the exact location of your site packages. I hope you guys also enjoy this session and enjoy this course. So if you have any questions or any doubt, leave the comment in the description below. I will